Welcome back to Fresh Outlook. We are going to start things off on the lightning round with James Brady, Assistant and White House Press Secretary under President Ronald Reagan. He was shot by John Hinckley during an assassination attempt on the president. This week, his death was ruled a homicide, even though it has been 3 decades since the shooting. So I know the prosecution has tried to go back after him because he was Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity. But when you heard this, that his death was ruled a homicide 3 decades later, we haven't really ever, I don't remember a case like that.
I'm glad they did, because, you know, I think people should be held responsible. I don't care how crazy they are. And Bart Rossi might disagree with me, but take responsibility, you know, and so, yeah, I mean, I think it was a good thing. I think it was a homicide, of course. Well,
yeah, of course. I mean, he's been in a wheelchair ever since, but certainly very sad day. Kyle, any thoughts on this?
No, I think that, you know, I agree with Dee on this point. I think that there has to be some level of accountability for what took place. And, you know, while we haven't seen this sort of ruling in history, I'm with Dee on this in terms of accountability.
I'm for accountability, too. I think he should be charged, but I think he did have mental health problems. The thing I like about Brady, though, is that he made sense out of gun control. And we're not talking here about automatic weapons or semi-automatic weapons in cities. We're not talking about everybody carrying a gun, going into a movie theater where everybody should be carrying. That kind of stuff is what Brady's against. He was always against it, and it makes a lot of sense. Maybe people can carry in Utah and in Denver, and maybe in Texas if they want to be a gun-toting society. But it may not be good in Jersey, and it may not be good in New York, and he was proud to say that.
People in New Jersey have attitude.
Well, I disagree with that, but at least it's better late than never, the justice for James Brady.
That's right.
Absolutely. We are going to, I guess we'll say, change lanes a little bit. The driver of a Street View car in Little Rock crashed into another vehicle going the wrong way. This is one of those Google cars. Have we seen these? Driverless Google cars. What are your thoughts on this?
No way. I want a human in charge. I don't believe it all.
Well, you didn't ever said that about me.
Well, you know what? Okay, with one exception, yeah. Okay.
I can't believe these things are on the road.
No, I think that you know it's gone too far. I want a human being behind the wheel.
And they're also
not
saying
a robot.
Google's going to have to pay on this one.
Good. I hope they got the money though. Good.
I'm in agreement.
They're not hurting.
The psychology and the optics on this just don't work. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it goes.
Yeah, I just feel like Rise of the Machines. It's a scary thing when robots are taking over. I don't like it.
But I guess it's good for. I guess we could say one good thing for the Google cars. Let's try that again. The Google cars. They're good for the disabled people.
Maybe. Unless they die. Well, I mean, I'd rather be disabled than dead.
But
I mean,
they could get a driver. I mean, we could.
Yeah, exactly. Give some student a job. I mean, that's a job creator.
There's a job creator right there. That's a great idea.
Take away from job.
Get a driver.
I think that we are all in agreement here on the lightning round. Get a driver.
I don't know, Mia. Are you sure you don't want that on a Medica? Not for you. I don't know.
Well, we also wanted to say that there was history made this week. The San Antonio Spurs and a 5'6" female guard are making history. Becky Hammond was named the first female NBA assistant coach. Pretty amazing.
I want to take the lead on this one. I'll tell you why. Because I played basketball at Princeton, as Dee I think knows, and I think it's fantastic. You know, I think first of all, I think that organization, and look, they won the championship. We all know that. If they didn't win the championship, I'd be sitting here saying the same thing. That is a very well-run organization, San Antonio.
I'm going to even take it a step further, Kyle. I'm going to say they're a very classy organization. In terms of sports.
And I grew up being a big, you know, Knicks guy. I'm from New York, but I have to say, if you don't like the way that organization's run and the class that they run it with, then there's something wrong.
Tim Duncan, you think he's going to play? How many more years?
You know, a guy like that is 7 feet tall, you know, wears on the body over time much faster than a guy that's, you know, or gal that's smaller. So I think he's got more time. I think he's enjoying where he is in his career. How could he not, first of all? But I think he enjoys that structure. He's perfect for that structure. And it's just a class act all the way around.
All right, so now for Dee and Dr. Bard, the question is, do you think that these 7 feet tall guys, and, you know, there's a little testosterone running around those locker rooms, do you think they're going to listen to her? I mean, that's going to be a challenge.
I think they have to, or they will be benched.
No, I
she
understand
has the power. That. I love that.
Well, go ahead, Doctor.
I played basketball and baseball in college also, and I think this is great because I think another perspective on how to shoot fouls, how to play the game. She happens to be a very, very accomplished player.
And we'll also say 16 years with the
Yeah.
WNBA.
And maybe she can do some things that the 7-footers can't do and do them very, very well. So maybe a different perspective on how to shoot, how to dribble, how to handle the ball. Great thing, great way to go.
And you bring up a good point. Are they going to listen to her? And I'm going to tell you this: Popovich is going to make them listen to her, and that's why that organization is so. I'm talking about the head coach,
Right.
Greg Popovich.
I think it's good that gender dating in a way. She's very qualified, so why shouldn't she be able to coach?
Absolutely.
So, you know, congratulations.
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting to watch any other sports, and I mean, remember that when they first let female reporters into the locker rooms,
Right.
Well, and this will get a lot of press and attention for the team too. I mean, 'cause it's
and it's all
definitely some-
positive.
Positive,
Yeah, very positive.
So we're going to have to see what
And I'm
happens.
jealous. Gosh, I wish I had a job when I was
And you
hanging
would.
out with really tall,
exactly.
big guys and telling them what to do. I can't think of a better job. I'm very, very
Dee,
jealous.
you would love that.
Oh,
job.
I would love it.
And I'm going to
Give me 20.
I'm going to predict that she's going to be successful. That's what I think.
Oh, I think so
absolutely.
too.
I
Well,
agree.
she's
she's
also-
got the best job in the world, really.
But she's also really good friends with Tim Duncan.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she's really
Okay.
good friends with him, and so I think that they will welcome her.
That's great.
So I think that she will be well received.
I
So
hope
we'll
so.
certainly wish her luck. We do have some royal news, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, wake up.
Dee's royal.
Well,
No. Kyle's new to this. I do not like the royal welfare, but go ahead, Mia does.
all right. Well, I lived in London for 4 years,
Oh,
so I do
okay.
like to talk about the royals every now and then. It's better than the Kardashians.
Well, I agree with
Agreed.
that.
I agree with that.
Prince Charles is royally mad. Former press secretary Dickie Arbiter, who served as press secretary and is said to know intimate details about Charles' marriage to Diana, well, he's going to write a book and he's going to cash in, as a lot of people see it. His book, titled On Duty with the Queen, is due to be published in October. I feel bad for the royals on this one. I'll take the lead on this, Kyle,
Please.
because I feel like this was somebody, he was a confidant. He heavily criticized other people who wrote books and said they're cashing in, and now he's doing the same thing. And this is a long time, that marriage was a long time over.
I agree. It's like a double cross.
Oh,
I don't like
I
it.
have no time for it. I think it's a total double cross, and there's got to be something to be said for confidentiality and privacy, and and being able to confide in someone that's close to you. And I'm not a fan.
I would agree. I hope no one buys it, but you know they will. In Great Britain, I don't know, Mia, you're the expert here, but they seem to love this kind of thing. What do you think the sales will be, good or bad?
For some reason, I think that the sales will be really good on this because he was so close to the royals, and I don't
They're
know.
fascinated by it.
There's such an appetite for news about Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Well, the royals attract this thing about taking a step out of reality. You know, it's a way of getting out of everyday life and looking at the royals, and apparently they like that. For me, I kind of sympathize with Dee Dee on this. I don't quite get it, but on the other hand, they like it. It seems it's interesting. It's exciting for them, and
It's
it's
such
the
bad
way of
taste though
life.
because she's passed. I mean, you know, I just
Well,
think
that's
it's
the other
terrible.
thing.
Point.
And
Yeah.
she was so sweet and did wonderful things. Of all the royals, I hate that they pick on her.
Well, actually, and I'll say something else. I kind of feel bad for the Prince William. And certainly Prince Harry, because
course.
I mean that's their mom
Of course.
and their dad, and obviously they did not have a good marriage. So I think that's fair to say. But they don't want to hear this. It's dragging up old news, if you will. So I don't understand why he's going to do it, but I do think that it's going
money
to.
dollar.
No, money.
Or sterling.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but
Sterling.
this guy's like 75 years old. I mean, like, does he really,
Yeah.
unless he's got some great secret that's going to come out of this. I mean, that's the only other thing. But I think it's going to be interesting. Last week we talked about the Secret Service, and they were dishing on Hillary Clinton. I wonder if moving forward, people will have to sign some sort of confidentiality.
Well, they probably
I would think they would
but
have
maybe
to.
after a while. I mean, is there a statute of limitations or something? Because it seems like they would have to. How in the world could you work for the Royals and not sign something?
Well, wait a minute, but the
it's been
Secret
how
Service
long?
guy's got a book coming out about the Clintons and all the people he worked with. So
They signed.
yeah, so that's a good question. We're going
Well,
to find the answer next week.
And
Investigative reporting.
yeah, and there are corporations that make you sign when you get a job that you can't.
But maybe they're
That's
thinking
true.
they'll make so much money.
I mean,
they'll
Kyle,
say,
you had all that paperwork before you came.
Well, maybe I mean they're thinking they make so much money. They're like, well, go ahead and sue me, but I can afford it. Who knows?
It certainly brings awareness to the issue, right? You got to sit there and think about, wow, should I sign them to a confidentiality agreement based on what's taken place?
I think that's just awful, though.
I agree.
Agreed.
All
And
right.
you bring up a good point. With
I'm okay
respect
with
to the
Hillary,
kids.
but not Diana. I mean, she's not even alive anymore.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's
if you
sad.
can't
It's a
defend
long
yourself,
time
I don't
ago.
think you have-
And look, Hillary's running likely for president. You know, all bets are off. That's just life. That's political
You can
life.
expose all sides of her personality. It's fine with me. I'm on her side.
Well,
but
you like her anyway, it doesn't
I like
matter.
her, but I think she should be exposed for all sides of her personality, not just bad, but all the good ones too.
All
right.
Dr. Bart. We agree on something.
All right. Well, apparently, America Loves Noah Ritter, the 5-year-old, was being interviewed by a local TV station. Let's take a look at this tape. Okay.
Or not.
Or maybe we won't take a look at the tape. Oh, apparently,
What else you want to chat about me? I'm not going to see Noah.
we're not going to see him. So, but I'm not sure if you saw it. It was a huge sensation, million+ hits, something like that. And I guess we do have it. So hold on.
What did you think about the ride?
It was great. And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
So this kid became this overnight sensation. There's Michael Strahan talking about him. I think everybody was talking about him and interviewing him after this. Dee Dee?
You know, I don't get it.
I don't
I mean,
either.
because you see kids say stuff like that all the time. I mean, maybe I missed something, but I don't understand the rage.
I'm not
All
really
the
sure
rage?
either.
Don't
But
get it.
He said apparently like
He's cute.
He's cute.
But
He's very cute. I have triplets, 7-year-old triplets.
Triplets?
I do. Two
you gotta
identical.
whip out the pictures.
Two
next time.
identical
You need
boys. and a-
psychotherapy.
I do. Exactly. A lot of psychotherapy.
Kyle
But
has the cutest little kids. I'm
Well,
like,
no, but I
way-
was gonna
okay,
say,
by
you're
the way,
in the
way
home
cuter than
stretch
that
now.
kid.
Like,
No
that- now
offense,
it's a
Noah.
I
good-
just got over a big hurdle here, so they're actually fun to and independent in some
No, that would be a
sense.
video I'd look at.
Yeah.
Better than this guy.
I've seen better segments with kids, but
Yeah,
I
I think
didn't get it.
I would only say the power of personality. He shows himself as an interesting personality as a kid, but I kind of agree. I've seen kids do some other things that I thought were more outstanding.
But it's amazing what social media can
Oh,
do. They can
definitely.
make a
That's
star.
the big story, you're right.
It's amazing. All right, Kyle, first time guest. We thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Come
very
on
much.
back.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Great.
Thank you.
That is all we have time for this week. On behalf of everyone here at Fresh Outlook, thanks for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week.